Haley, the owner and music teacher at Bree Music, and today I have a video for you about how to strum on your guitar and how to teach your kid to strum. So if you're getting into chords and you want some strumming patterns and you want to start learning what to do with the right hand, that's what we're going to address today. So last week on the blog and on the YouTube channel, I made a post and a video about how to teach your kid their first chord, which was a G chord. And I gave you a strategy to teach them by first giving them a one-finger mini G, which is what I do for my students. And then when they've mastered that, you can add on the other two fingers and give them this full, normal G chord. So if you didn't see that video, didn't read the blog post, didn't get the free download that comes along with it, go check that out. And then today, I'm going to show you what to do with the other hand. So grab that G chord. For strumming, you're going to be using your index finger, and when you're strumming down, which is towards the ground, use like the corner of your fingernail, and then when you're strumming up, which is towards the sky, use the other side of your finger, the fingertip or the pad of your finger. And a common mistake, or like a common something that most of my beginning guitar students do, especially the little kids, when they're first starting learning how to strum, everybody wants to stick their finger really far into the strings and use like their whole finger to strum, which will either hurt your finger or break a string or something. That's really not necessary. You don't have to be so aggressive and down in between the strings. All we're looking for when strumming is going right along the strings like so, not with your finger down in there. So if you're teaching your son or daughter, be sure to have them just, grazing along the top of the strings. And it can be really soft, really quiet. And it can also be really loud. And that's just by pressure and how hard you strum. That doesn't have anything to do with putting your finger into the strings. That's not how to strum. So just be sure you're using the tip of your finger and practice volume control. Even before working on strumming patterns, just do a basic no chord, just strumming, and practice being really quiet going up and down on the strings. And then practice getting like medium volume and then really, really loud. Kids think that's fun too. So that's kind of like hand position. You're using this finger, using, the fingertip, and the motion of it. You just want to kind of skate across those strings. So your first pattern, if our rhythm is a time signature of 4/4 timing, which means 4 beats in a measure, a really simple thing you can do for 4/4 timing is just strum down 4 times every measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then once you kind of get the hang of that, the down strums are pretty easy. You can strum up, same counting, same rhythm, same beats and everything, but now you're going the opposite way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then try combining them. Down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you want to get fancier than this, you can do what's called double timing it, or speeding it up to twice as fast, and instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, you can count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So to build up to that, those are called eighth notes, by the way. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and an eighth note gets half of a beat instead of 1 beat when you count them. So that's why 2 eighth notes fit into 1 count. 1 and 2 and eighth, 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 eighth. And to work up to that speed, just start by doing that pattern, but really slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you can always speed it up. Okay, cool. So you have downs, you have ups. You can really combine them in any different order that you like. You can do down, 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 up, down, 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 up. You can play a down, a pause, a down, a pause, down, pause, 1, 2, 3, 4 with a G chord that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So many possibilities. And then one more thing, if you want to get a little fancier than just down strums or up strums, there is a strumming pattern called the boom chuck, or you can just say bass chord, where you're playing the bass note and the chord in each beat. So you'd be going like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And what I'm doing there is just playing the 6th string all by itself. That's called the bass note of your G chord because it's the lowest note that you're playing. So you play that bass chord or that bass note all by itself, and then you strum the other 5 strings. So you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bass chord, boom chuck, boom chuck, boom chuck. That's what it's called a lot of times. It's just a boom chuck pattern. So that is even fancier than 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Mix them all up, mix and match. It's really an experiment. You'll start to find strumming patterns that are comfortable for you and ones that you like the sound of, and eventually you'll learn more and more of these, and you can just make them your own. And for different songs, you'll want different patterns, different styles of music, you'll want different patterns, and even within a song, you'll want to use different patterns so it doesn't get boring and it doesn't sound like you're doing the same thing the whole song long. So that's a start. You have downs, ups, and a boom chuck. And I hope you have fun. Enjoy this. I hope it helps you to help your kid learn another new guitar skill. So be sure to check out that blog post from last week. Download the chord printout if you haven't gotten that already. It's free and available to you. And then another good free resource, if you like this and want to learn even more guitar with your kid, I have a workbook. It's 13 pages long and more videos like this, about 20 minutes long. And that's called, I remember The Absolute Beginner's Guide to Guitar. And it's just how to teach your kid their first song in one day. Totally slipped my mind for a minute. So go grab that. I'll put the link down below in the YouTube description and check it out. So that teaches you tabs and how to play 4-finger exercise and the Imperial March from Star Wars. That's really fun. Then you'll have a chord, some strumming, and a Star Wars song. So dive into that if you want some more resources, and thank you very much. I hope you had a great time. Happy playing!